Hi there, welcome to section 2.4 part 2. My name is Gregory Carlson, and in the last section we were learning about how to graph lines and how to find the domain and range of them. Most of the time the domain and range is all real numbers, but if it's horizontal or vertical, it is not all real numbers. We know how to find the midpoint of 2 points, and we know how to find the distance between 2 points, thanks to an earlier section. So now let's find the slope between 2 points. Remember that if the graph is going up like this, the slope is positive. If it's going down, the slope is negative. If the line is horizontal, the slope is 0. And if the line is vertical, the slope is undefined. So if I just give you 2 points, we want to find the exact slope, and we can do that with the following formula. Slope, if I give you x1, y1, which is the first point, and if I give you x2, y2, which is the x and y of the second point, the slope of that is going to be rise over run, which is the difference in your y's, y2 minus y1, over the difference of your x's, which is x2 minus x1. So that's the formula. You should memorize it, so I'm going to put a star by it. And this slope formula can be very helpful. Even when you're programming, I sometimes use distance, midpoint, and the slope formula when I'm programming things. So maybe I'll show you that in a future video. Let's do it. Let's find the slope between 2,8 and 1226. It actually doesn't matter which one you make your first point. So let's call this x1, y1. And let's call this x2, y2. All right, let's do our formula. Let's plug it into here. We're going to do the slope is equal to y2 minus y1, which is 26 minus 8, over x2 minus x1, which is 12 minus 2. Easy as that. And in fact, as I said, you can switch the order of these, but you got to be consistent. So you could do 8 minus 26, but then you got to do 2 minus 12. And when you do that, it'll also work out. So 26 minus 8 is going to be 18. 12 minus 2 is 10. And it's a good idea to leave your slope as a fraction, but we should go ahead and reduce this. So 2 goes into both of those. So divide by 2, and we get the slope is equal to 9 over 5. So that's the answer. Pretty straightforward if you know the formula. Let's do another example. In fact, why don't you pause the video and try to do this one on your own. See if you can pause it and get it. Hopefully you paused the video and got the right answer. Let's see if your answer matches mine. I'm going to call this point x1, y1, and I'm going to call this point x2, y2. So the slope formula is y2 minus y1, which is 10 minus negative 11. Notice I have two minus signs because I'm subtracting a negative number. Next we have on the bottom x2 minus x1, which will be 5 minus 9. These two negative signs become pluses, so I get 21, and 5 minus 9 is negative 4. So the line that contains these 2 points has a negative slope because I get negative 21 over 4 as the slope. And we have 2 more problems to go. Find the slope of the following equation and graph it. 5y equals negative 6x. Well, to graph this, I need to put it in slope-intercept form, which means I need to get y by itself. So I will divide both sides of the equation by 5. That cancels, and so my new equation is y is equal to negative 6 over 5 times x. Notice that this graph doesn't have a y-intercept. In fact, if you wanted to, you could write plus 0. That's not really necessary, but it helps to see that we're going to cross the y-axis at the point 0. Step 2, our slope is negative 6 over 5, so that means our line is going to be falling as we move to the right. And it is down 6 over 5, rise over run. So down 6 over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do another point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's put 1 this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you did that correctly, all of your points should line up. Our line is going through the origin with the slope m equals -6/5. That process is the same for graphing every line, so if you need practice on it, we're going to practice it in class. You should be able to do that pretty quickly and correctly. Last problem for section 2.4. Find the slope in the graph below. So this is a little hard to read, but we have the points. Let's see, it says we've got recipients in millions and year. So this first point, we have an x value of 1994. Notice that the x point is time. It is very common for the x value to be in terms of time, because remember I said x is when and y is what is happening. So I'm going to just call this point x1, y1, and this point 2004 21.9 is going to be x2, y2. So let's remember the formula. Slope, because we have it memorized, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's use the formula to solve for that. y2 minus y1 is going to be 21.9 minus 27.9. And we have 2004 minus 1994. Notice that it's very important that I'm consistent. I did this number minus this number, so I needed to do this number minus this number. If you do it backwards, you're going to get the wrong sign or the wrong answer. Let's simplify that. Let's do 21.9 minus 27.9, which equals -6. And 2004 minus 1994 equals 10. And so that's our answer. Notice this is good. We have a negative slope and the line is falling, so that's reassuring. Let's reduce that. -6/10 reduces to -3/5. Keep your slope as a fraction, but remember that this will be in millions because it tells us here that this amount is in millions. So it seems that every year we lost 0.6 million recipients, which would be every year we are losing 600,000 recipients per year. That is section 2.4. I hope all of it made sense. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And I will see you in section 2.5. Again, make sure you memorize the slope formula. That needs to be in your toolbox of things to be able to use. Have a great day, and I will see you in section 2.5.